All right, guys, welcome to another episode. I'm Orlando.
And I'm Omar,
We're the Smart Bros.
and this is the Smart Take.
All right, guys, you know what it is. We're gonna get right into it. We just had that Eagles game. Couldn't have went any better, man. Didn't even know what to say really. I mean, our defense could have played better, so I could have went a little bit better. But man, Dak Prescott, that's all. That's the he started off the game and it was as almost as worst way possible, and then from that point on, literally was our franchise quarterback. Put the team on his back, delivered at every single moment, literally. And I mean, didn't even have an incompletion in the first half. After that, even if you want, I don't even know, and it's hard to even say that that was one of his best games because he's had games like that. He's had better games than that, but just given the situation, I don't see how anyone can say that Dak didn't play amazing in that game. I mean, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was a great game. He delivered every time we needed him to deliver. Whether it was 3rd and 30, whether it was a crucial third down, we picked up with his legs, picked it up with his passing, whether it was getting our number one receiver the ball when he needed it, where he needed it. So yeah, like you said, other than the defense not playing great game, even though they came up big for us and we needed them to come up big, the defense still needs to figure out a way to just because it seems like if we're not getting turnovers, we're not getting off the field. So because they didn't punt not once last week, and that's definitely that eye opening. That makes you
Yeah,
it makes you wonder a little bit, but overall, I mean, like I said, they caused 4 turnovers, so that's what you want from a defense, even though they did give up 34, technically 27 points because Dak threw the pick six, which was 7. But other than that, they played solid, I guess, because they end up with 4 picks.
I gotta say, like even Dak said after that pick six, himself was like, "Oh my God, is this happening again?" And I was nervous. I was, I mean, it was 10-0, and they had all momentum at that point.
They had a crucial third down that Dak should have gotten 31 out of 32 QBs. I feel like is getting sacked, but he somehow found a way to stay up and throw it to Michael Gallup for a crucial first down that led that drive, and they ended up going all the way down as Zeke punched it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, man. I was not that. They could have gone. It could have been all downhill from that point. The team the team as a whole just showed its resiliency. Just showed how it could respond to adversity, and I just think that's an amazing statement, like an amazing statement game going into the playoffs. Jalen Hurts wasn't playing. Absolutely, give credit where it's due. Where Gardner Minshew, he didn't play bad, but at the end of the day,
Played pretty well, actually.
played really well. He played pretty well. But at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts doesn't play defense. Jalen Hurts isn't what makes that defense one of the top two defenses in the entire NFL coming into that game. We put up 40 points on that team and we spotted them 10. There's just nothing you can tell me that says that we don't have the capability to do that going into the playoffs. So guys, we're gonna do this today. This is gonna be a little different since we had Eric, the Eagles fan. We had him on for the pregame. He's agreed to come back for the post-game show and just give his thoughts on how the game went, so we get another perspective. And so this is where that's gonna be.
Right. Well, how y'all fellas doing, man?
Doing all right. How you doing today?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
We
Yeah,
we've already kind of given our thoughts about the game. Coming from your perspective, how do you feel about it?
I posted on Bleacher Report after the game. I was just like, story of the game, uncharacteristic turnovers, right? Miles Sanders fumbling like that in that stage of the game, that doesn't happen. He's only had 2 fumbles all year. Uh Man, we had poor tackling, poor tackling. Uh we didn't get as much pressure on Dak as I would have liked.
Whoa, whoa,
Uh,
whoa! He got sacked 6 times. Just
yeah, but like like watching the flow of the game, right? Like it should, honest to God, like we should have stopped y'all way more than we did. Like it just, I mean, but things played out the way they did. I'm not gonna lie, I will say though, that fumble recovery, I thought that was a horrible call. I thought we should have challenged that because I don't know how in the world they didn't see Linval Joseph come up with that. Man, it was just, and like I told y'all before the game, like I wouldn't be surprised if we pulled it out. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost. Gardner Minshew, he missed so many throws where it's just like, bro, if he put more zip and less touch on it, I mean, it was a good game. It was a hell of a game.
I personally think Gardner Minshew played a very, very good game against the defense.
Yeah.
We're up and down right now, but overall, we're looked at as one of the better defenses. So for him to get his first start this year, I think he played a pretty good game.
He played pretty good. It's just, man, it was time and time again where he was making some throws. It was just too much touch. I think it just because he hadn't played all year, right? So I mean, if he's gonna have the wiggles, it's gonna happen right there. Yeah, man, it was a really good game. It could have gone either way. I mean, man, down to the last drive, right? So it was a hell of a game. We got one off on y'all early in the year. Y'all got one off on us. We'll see if we see y'all in the playoffs, right? We'll see.
I have a question. How do you feel that y'all's top two defense gave up 40 points this week? How does that make you feel? Like, what were your thoughts on that?
I mean, bro, it was, like I said, it was poor tackling. I mean, it was time and time after again where you see, and it's specifically our linebackers, too, you see, like, somebody's in position to make the play and they just don't make it, right? It's like, bro. And then on top of that, we had our top slot corner, Avonte Maddox, go down. NFL, if you watch this, y'all, please get rid of the turf fields. I'm sick of this, man. I'm so sick of this. So we lost him, Josiah Scott. I don't like him. Our defense, it was uncharacteristic, right? We gave up a lot of big plays. CD was feasting in the slot, man. As soon as Avonte went out, he was feasting in the slot, right? So that played a huge part in it. And I was asking myself, man, do we put Slay on CD? Like, do we have him travel? But if we do that, then I don't know who we're gonna put on the outside. It was gonna compromise even more. So I mean, obviously you don't like to see your defense give up 40 points, especially when we got the top defense in the league. So hopefully, Jonathan Gannon, he gets back to the drawing board. He sees where he could have had some better play calls. Dude, that 3rd and 30, dog. There is absolutely no excuse to give that up after sacking Dak like that.
2 times in a row, actually.
Dude,
your number one corner.
That was one of the better throws of Dak's entire career. That ball. He threw it from the 20, and Ty caught it on the 20.
That literally shouldn't have happened. Like, there's no excuse for that. That shouldn't have happened.
I saw a stat that said it only had like a 2% chance of
working.
It had a better chance of getting picked off.
Of course it did. It was 3rd and 30. Like, he's throwing.
You don't see that. And what's crazy is the Cowboys being the Cowboys, Kellen Moore being who Kellen Moore is. I'm surprised we even went for that. Usually we throw a little screen pass, a little rush, that we could just get a closer kick. But I'm not big on Kellen Moore at all, but I will 100% give him his flowers for that, because why not try it? Getting a punt from there, getting a punt for 10 yards. How does that really change much?
Yeah, change the game. It might have just saved the game, because if we punt there, who knows what goes?
That's a short field, and we probably scored.
Exactly. And hypothetically, let's just say he throws a pick. Well, you still got to drive all the way down the field, because like he said, he caught it.
Right, because if he threw a pick, that's basically a punt. If he threw a pick, that's a punt.
There were a couple. There was that play where I feel like if we don't convert that, it can go a lot down. And there was that one, and then the other one, the one you mentioned, Omar, where Dak he spun out of a sack and completed it to Michael Gallup on the next drive.
Who's on his leg? I have another defender coming at his high. Throws it to Michael Gallup. And that was on our second possession after he threw that pick six. It was like a 3rd and 5, and I'm not gonna lie, we're a momentum team. If he doesn't complete that, I don't know how this game turns out for us, because it seemed like that's where he was like, okay, let me lock in, maybe the line's not gonna be with me, maybe the receiver not, but I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, That was a real game-changing play, I feel like. One of his many game-changing plays this game.
Yeah, no, Like I said, uncharacteristic turnovers, uncharacteristic big plays given up, man. Like Hassan Reddick does not like miss out on sacks like that. And like I said, that 3rd and 30, that was crazy. That throw to Michael Gallup was crazy. Dak made plays to win. I'm gonna give it to him. He made plays to win, man. It's funny because like I remember I was at the gas station like after the game, and then like I'm decked out in my Eagles gear. And then some lady got out of her car. She was a Cowboys fan. She just talking to us. I was like, bro, y'all won by 6 points. And like, y'all know if Gardner Minshew completes one pass, it's a whole different story. So I don't know. People got to calm down. Like, I'm not too high. I'm not too low. Obviously, he would like to win that game, but Dak made the winning plays, bro. I'm going to give it to him. Dak made the winning plays.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like, so with that being said, do you feel like had Cooper Rush made one or two more throws, we win that game? Because I feel like
what was the final score in that game?
we lost. We ended up losing by 9, but there was a
9.
point we were down by 3, and he ends up throwing interceptions.
Wide open.
His interceptions.
I mean,
the interceptions Cooper Rush threw versus the interceptions Gardner Minshew threw were completely. Cooper Rush was just lofting up, giving them to you. The interceptions Gardner Minshew threw, those weren't bad interceptions. Those balls were straight up taken from Quez Watkins.
But that Quez should have snagged that.
Yeah,
he should have snagged.
He put it in his receiver's hands, and the DBs just went and took it from him. So that's why it's not like.
And then the first one he threw over the middle, I forgot who took it. I think
Kurt.
Yeah, that throw was a little bit behind.
He had to catch it with one hand. So
yeah, Gardner played. I'm not saying he played bad or anything, but like there were a few throws where it's like, bro, if you didn't have so much touch and it was more zip on it, it probably gets there a little faster and more on time. But Quez should have caught that, but good play on Bland, bro. That was, I mean, like I said, y'all made winning plays, bro. Y'all made winning plays.
So y'all have the Saints coming up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They say, Jalen Hurts probably isn't gonna play. It's a good. And we're still alive because of our win. So how do you feel going into the next game?
Do you want him to play, or how do you want the rest of the season to play out?
Dude, at this point, with all the injuries, that the injury bug is finally catching up to us, right? I don't know. I mean, the Saints are so bad. Like, I'm not worried about them. Like, I feel like Gardner could beat them. But, I mean,
but the only thing is, a man who's back against the wall is a scary man.
Yeah, but like
they need to win games right now. Y'all need to win games. Y'all don't need, because they're in the playoff hunt still.
Are they still? What's their record?
They can still win their division. They're like, I think they're 7-8, and so are the Bucks. But I think the Bucks just have the tiebreaker. So if they win out and the Bucks lose out, they're 100% in the playoffs. So right now they're fighting for a chance.
Okay, they're 3rd in the NFC South right now.
But I think they all around have the same record.
Yeah,
they're 6-9. They're 6-9.
6-9. Okay.
So are the Panthers, and then the Bucks are 7-8. So
the Bucks lose. That's 7-9, and then they're 7-9.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, like I feel like a lot of things are gonna have to shake for the Saints.
Not to mention they're also fighting for. They don't want. I feel like. There's a
they don't want to fight. They don't want to just lay down, obviously.
Well, no, they don't want to lay down. But then knowing that they have y'all.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? Dennis Allen, I'm not a believer in Dennis Allen at all. Like his head coaching record is horrible. The Saints, they just look inept, bro. Like they got Jameis Winston on the sideline. Andy Dalton's been starting for them. Michael Thomas is out. They're probably gonna try to trade him.
They still have
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, hybrid, whatever you want to call him, tight end, QB, whatever.
Oh yeah, but dude, like how old is he? He's like what, 34?
I thought he was like 31-ish.
He's old, but he's already like, don't get me wrong. Taysom Hill's a nice athlete, but like, what's that going to do when your offense isn't that good? You know what I'm saying? It just, I'm not worried about the Saints at all. I'm not pressed whether Jalen starts or whether Gardner starts. I'm not pressed. I guess if Jalen plays, that'd be cool because I'd like to lock up this number 1 seed ASAP so we can rest our players because injury bug is starting to hit us. So if anything, that'd be my only motivation. But I definitely feel like Gardner can go in there and beat the Saints. I'm not pressed about that.
But think about it. If he loses, then y'all might have to do the exact opposite because in that last game, then it really means something because then y'all are
division rival and the Giants are also back against the playoffs. They're in the playoff hunt right now.
You know what? I guess I'm gonna fall back on. Yeah, they might be fighting, scratching, and clawing, but in the end, talent. As of right now, talent will outweigh whatever you try. Fighting, scratching, clawing, grinding. Talent will outweigh that. This ain't the playoffs yet. The Giants, like I said, Daniel Jones. I'm not a firm believer in him at all. He's probably gone after this year. So yeah, man, we gonna see.
Maybe not if he gets in the playoffs.
Nah, dude, everybody. I bet you Brian Daboll even knows like we got to get somebody better in here. Even though he's had his best season under him, but he knows his limitations.
He doesn't really have anybody to throw the ball to right now, though.
Yeah, because who
got rid of Tony,
dude? Oh my God, yeah, and Kenny Galladay, that was a horrible signing.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Their receivers
bad
haven't
as
done
it was
anything.
though. In his defense, you don't assume it's going to be. You hear Kenny Galladay, okay, he's solid. You
well, he was nice in Detroit. He was nice in Detroit, but then I think, dude, I don't know, right? Like he was nice in Detroit, but mind you, it was Detroit. Detroit's been sorry for a while. It's like, I'm not saying Kenny Galladay's not nice, but like, bro, you gotta know where you're actually at in the league, right? Don't assume you a top 10 receiver when you really probably a top 25, right? And Kenny Galladay, he went to New York. I guess he thought he was a big baller, and he didn't realize the situation he got himself into. And now it's a wrap. They probably gonna try to come off of him this offseason. I would, because that contract's looking bad right now. Looking horrible.
So I think like going into the playoffs, if you could like pick one team, who would you be your choice to play in the playoffs? Who would like
Vikings?
Vikings, that's who you want to match up
with? Honestly, probably anybody aside from the Niners. I'm gonna hesitantly say y'all, only because we don't like, especially now, right? Because Lane Johnson, bro, he's out with a torn abdomen or something like that, and everybody's talking about like he'll come back for the playoffs. I'm thinking to myself, that man's probably not coming back, right? So obviously, I'd like to avoid elite pass rush if possible. So yeah, give me the Vikings though. Absolutely, give me the Vikings, give me the Bucks, give me any team outside like the top 4 in the NFC, honestly, because it's a bottomless pit. It truly is.
No, I gotta agree. The only team two teams I don't want to face early, I want to face as late as possible are you guys and the Niners. Right. Anybody else, I'm like John Moran. We're good over here.
Oh, but look what happened. That backfired on him though.
That's another story. That's also
that backfired on him big.
Yeah, I feel like going into honestly, just based off playoff experience and just I honestly feel like we have the best quarterback in the NFC.
You really believe that? Like as of right now?
Yeah, honestly.
This season as of right now.
Yeah. Out of the playoff teams right now, out of the teams that are for sure in the playoffs, other than the Bucks are fighting, and I feel like Tom Brady at this point in his career, the product he's putting on the field, I'm taking Dak. Aaron Rodgers the same way. But then even the best teams, the Niners, Brock Purdy, like, come on now. Kirk Cousins, no thank you. And Jalen Hurts, him and Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes are definitely like front runners for MVP. But I think Dak is still the overall better quarterback.
So so let's just this year, you think Dak's been a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts this year? I don't know about that one.
This time, based on his injuries, and then the turnover.
He missed how many games?
5.
So and then his interceptions have been like I've said it time after time. I'm not gonna blame him for all of those. The amount of interceptions he's had that just bounced off his receivers, or because CD and Dalton wrong route. He has interceptions that are his fault, but it's a normal amount of interceptions that I wouldn't be.
What percentage would you chalk up his interceptions to him being his fault and his being to not his fault?
Well, they say 6 of them are deemed turnover worthy. So that's 6 of 12. So that's literally half.
He throw 12 so far this season?
Yeah. Half of his picks are not his fault. Half are his, according to like ESPN or something. But like,
right. What would y'all say though watching it? What would y'all say?
I was about to say like 60%.
But
60% one, not his fault?
Yeah.
That's got to be around. Like even the pick against y'all, like
The Josh Sweat. That was
a
no,
crazy. You don't see that happening a lot. Like, even if you
No,
see somebody like throw it, they usually bat it down. They don't usually catch those, you know? So even that's a crazy pick.
that was
yeah,
honestly
but
one
he
of the
did
worst
throw it
picks.
right to his lap.
No,
That
that
awful
was probably
pick. Don't
one
get
of
me
the
wrong.
worst picks I've ever seen Dak throw.
Don't get me wrong at all. Terrible pass. Dalton's wide open for a 20-plus yard game. But usually you don't see a defensive lineman jump up, catch that, and then run it back. You know,
all these guys playing defensive end. All these guys playing defensive end now grew up on J.J. Watt in Houston, bro. I'm telling you, they saw it. They saw it. I just listen. I'm not going. Dak Prescott. I don't know if I. Okay, so Lando, is he elite to you? Is he an elite quarterback?
How in terms of elite, we're in the top 10. What number would you have to be elite?
Top 5.
I'd say he's like elite. Top 7.
Okay,
He's like 7 or 8 to me, and I'm
okay. Hey, hold on. You saying
that's in all of the NFL, because I think all the best quarterbacks right now in the AFC.
But he can go toe to toe with a lot of those elite quarterbacks and go throw with a lot of them.
Right. So a lot of those ones that are around 4 or 5, because other than the only quarterbacks I say that are hands down better than Dak Prescott are Patrick Mahomes,
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen. And Josh Allen
didn't want to say it though. He didn't want to say it.
Josh Allen is so reckless. Like if we're gonna be mad at Dak for the picks he has, Josh Allen is just as reckless. So I mean, that's why it's like I'll take.
So let's say the Cowboys had to face the Packers. Let's say the Packers make it somehow, some way. You're telling me in one game win it all. You and I'm not saying he can't do it, but you're automatically thinking Dak Prescott will outplay Aaron Rodgers. Even now, granted, I know Aaron Rodgers' supporting cast ain't that great, but it's Aaron Rodgers in a playoffs.
We're not losing to Aaron Rodgers again, and because we lost to Aaron Rodgers the first time because of our defense, and if we were to lose to Aaron Rodgers again, it's because of our defense. If they can't let us lose to Aaron Rodgers at that point, Dak can't do anything. The same way we lost to Aaron Rodgers his rookie year. Dak can't do more to beat him. He literally drove us down the field. Rookie, 300+ yards, 3 touchdowns. The game-winning drive, which should have been, but then Aaron Rodgers came back down, had like a minute left, and put him in field goal range. I mean, at some point, our defense has to be able to get a stop, and even that's why I'm kind of nervous, because even against y'all, like we didn't get any stops other than the turnovers. We got turnovers, we didn't get any stops. So it's like that's what we're gonna have to do in the playoffs. That's all. Even with Tony Romo, that's always been we need a defense. And that's what we had at the beginning of the year, a defense that held teams under 20, a defense that could get turnovers, sacks, all of it. So that's what we're going to have to need in the playoffs.
What do you think? So I'm trying to figure out how to word this, because with Dak, right, it's like, okay. Has he played up to his contract up to this point? Has he played up to that level? In your eyes?
Think so.
About it, he has back-to-back 11+ win seasons. Okay, we had a meltdown or whatever you could say in the playoffs last year, but he led our team to an NFC East championship. He's fighting for another NFC East championship again. Yeah. I mean, regular season wise, he's done what he needs to do. He has been top 7-ish, like you could say, in stats among the quarterbacks. So I mean, if he can give us at least a 2-win playoff season this year, I mean, I feel like he lived up to the $40 million contract, because I mean, think about what they're talking about Justin Herbert. They're saying he's a top 5 QB who's never even been to the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's battling against the Colts, not playing even crazy. And that's a win. That's to get into the playoffs. He's not even playing that crazy. So I mean, you got to look at it, you know?
Yeah.
They kind of separated from the Colts. It's 20-3 right now.
I was
neither nor there.
I was looking. It was 10-3, and he had just fumbled. So
yeah,
okay, but because Dak, right? I mean, and maybe it's also because he is on the Dallas Cowboys. He's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, right? It's like, and I mean, on paper, well, yeah, I guess I'll say on paper. I mean, y'all should be Super Bowl contenders year in and year out, right? Like, that should be a thing, and he should be the catalyst for that. But most folks, I don't know where I fall on this, but most folks probably, I mean, they assume like, oh, they got Dak Prescott. He on the Cowboys. He got a pretty good supporting cast. I know. I mean, CD. I mean, there's a decent drop off of Michael Gallup. Although I think Michael Gallup's pretty talented, but you know, he got a pretty good supporting cast. I mean, he had a defense. He still has a defense. Y'all just got to figure some things out. It's like, bro, like most people think y'all should be running the table. And it just never, ever seems like the Cowboys run the table. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, I feel like this is our best chance. He had a chance his rookie year, like I said, lost to Aaron Rodgers. He won a playoff game, and then
I think we had a good chance last year.
Yeah,
to win it all.
We ran into the
To win it all.
I don't even not even we see that's the thing. We're in a position to we're in a lose-lose situation. We're in a lose-lose situation. If we don't win the Super Bowl, it was a bust. But let's just say we did a little deep playoff run. If we don't make the playoffs, they didn't make the playoffs. You know,
Right.
if we don't win the Super Bowl, America wins is what they say. If Cowboys lose, America wins. So it's like, you know, Dak's in a terrible situation. If he does not win, he's not gonna be looked at as good. Even if he does win, it's about time. Like, God, Lee. You know, there's nothing about no other QBs like that. So it's just
hey, that's what happens when you play for the star, though.
that is true.
Yeah.
It is what happens
when you play for the star.
I guess I agree. That is what happens when you play for the star. But like, I think even if he gives us at least a game or two in the playoffs where we win, like that's not a bust season. Like you can't win. Like, you don't go to the Super Bowl. Let's just hypothetically. That doesn't mean we didn't have a good season. That doesn't mean he didn't have a good playoff run. We just didn't make the Super Bowl. Did they? I don't think it's like people forget it's not easy at all. You got to beat a lot of people.
Yeah. I think. I mean, it's like you said before, right? It's like what lens are you looking at it through, right? I mean, obviously, if you make the playoffs, like you do, well, for most teams, you're doing it right. If you have these bottom dwellers like the Saints or the Buccaneers or whatever, right, making it in with like a 6-10 record or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I think for Dak, the most important thing for him is, I mean, he can win y'all the game, but he can't lose y'all the games, right? Like he can't be the reason y'all get bounced in the playoffs.
He
can't. That's gonna come down. They're gonna blame him.
Though, whether he is or not, he's gonna get the blame.
Yeah. Okay, so you think even if, let's say, okay, the Packers game, right? Let's say I play the Packers in the first round, and he throws for 450 yards, 4 touchdowns, right? No picks. He plays lights out. But Aaron Rodgers gets the ball back with a minute left, and he does what Aaron Rodgers does best in the clutch. And he squeezes out the win. You think folks are coming in crazy?
Look at it like this. We played the Jaguars. They gave up 500 yards. We gave up 40 points. And blame. You didn't hear about the defense that much. You said Dak Prescott lost this game.
Yeah,
Dak Prescott threw a pick six to end the game off when it bounced straight off Noah Brown's chest.
Like he's in a rough position, and that's why I'm.
What about the other pick though in Jacksonville? Because the first one was not his fault. I'll give you that.
The second one wasn't his fault. The first one, his arm got hit, but you know he even came out and said I should have maybe just tucked that ball and just. But you know sometimes that's what happens. Because Dalton was open. But his foot sailed over.
And that's my thing. Sometimes he's gonna throw picks, and that's okay. It's just that sometimes when they're not his fault, I want that to be acknowledged, and that never is.
You feel like that's not acknowledged enough?
No, it's not at all.
See, because
go ahead.
You got it, Omar. You got it.
I just think he responds very well to picks. You know, there's a lot of people who can throw a pick or get a turnover and
you get rattled easy.
Yeah, they get. But it seems like he's just poised the whole game. Like I tell my dad all the time, he's like, I'll give it to him, even if he's playing well. Hey, bet I get this next throw. But I do this next. You know, like he's never too down, never too high. I feel like
you
want from your franchise QB.
Right, which I say the same exact thing about Jalen Hurts. I think with the Jacksonville game, right? It's okay. It wasn't Dak's fault. But it's hard. Like that's a very specific situation. I mean, he threw a pick six that wasn't his fault, right? It's like, how else do you look at it? I mean, obviously, Noah Brown should have caught that. Everybody knows Noah Brown should have caught that. But it's like he threw a pick six to end the game. How is you gonna look at it, right? But in the scenario I threw out, if Dak Prescott goes for 450 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, he plays lights out, and Aaron Rodgers just has another miraculous comeback. Do you really think folks are gonna be looking at Dak like, bro?
I think that's just unrealistic to think any quarterback will go out there and play perfectly. So they're just so that's the thing though. So he's not gonna play perfect. He's gonna
Right.
play well enough to where he could have won, but they're just gonna take those little things he did that messed up and be like, oh, in the first quarter, this thing he should have done, and it would have like he could have won the game. And it's like that's not he does. You shouldn't have to play perfect to win the game, in my opinion. There's
Yeah.
been times where Dak Prescott go out put up 35 dang near 40 points and lose. You shouldn't have to score that many points to win a football game. So
Yeah. And y'all feel like the media just does not acknowledge that.
yeah, I feel like it's all on his shoulders, which he understands. He takes that in stride.
Well,
And
should it
so
be on his shoulders? Like in theory, he is the franchise quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Should it be on his shoulders?
Word
no,
quarterback.
because
Doesn't
no,
play
because when
DN.
No, he doesn't play
play
defense.
safety. He doesn't
and that's
play
the thing.
corner. He doesn't play
No.
defense.
No, he doesn't. But he
I
plays the
think-
most important position on the field.
But here's the thing. It shouldn't be all on his shoulders because when we win, if we win, he's not gonna get all the credit. They're gonna do everything but that. They're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna literally give everyone but Dak Prescott the credit if we win a Super Bowl.
Do y'all think is this a Dak specific thing or is this a Cowboys thing?
Oh, it's a Cowboys thing. Tony Romo got the
I
same.
think it's half and half though, because
No,
Dak
Tony
is
Romo
also a
got the
black
same
QB
exact
though.
credit. Tony Romo
Yeah,
got
but
the same
he-
exact.
But Tony
got
Romo
the
did
same
make
exact.
some crazy decisions. Like, why would you even throw that? You know. So and you know, it was one of those situations. I think so. I think it's half Cowboys, have Dak, or half Cowboys, 33%, or half Dak, and then half that he's also black. You know, that's
Do you,
how.
yeah, but do you think I don't even know, is the black narrative even a thing with Dak though? Like,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to disagree. I was there. Tony Romo got it comes with the expectation of what Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach and all them did. They want if you don't win as the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, you're terrible. You're not good. You're not good at the game. You should be better. And so he's gotten the Quincy Carter, freaking Vinny Testaverde, all these like literally
y'all
the
did
word
sign Vinny, huh?
and those quarterbacks, like it's either the only Dak Prescott and Tony Romo, at least those are the only ones who looked at as decent. These quarterbacks are literally looked at some of the worst quarterbacks ever. It's because not only did they not win, but they were bad as a Cowboys quarterback. So it's that star, man. It'll do a number for the narrative and for the media narrative.
Hold on, I got a question for Omar, then I got a question for Lando. Omar, do you? Because I really don't feel like it's present. Do you really feel like the black quarterback narrative is present when it comes to Dak Prescott like that?
I think for all the black QBs, because think about how they're acting when it comes to like y'all say, the Josh Allen and Lamar thing. Obviously, Dak doesn't run like Josh Allen and them do, but
right.
He makes, like, if that was that 3rd and 30 was Josh Allen, you know how crazy they would be going.
Oh yeah,
like, that's what I mean by it. Like he's just like they're like, okay, good throw, 3rd and 30.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think Josh Allen would be getting that praise if he was our quarterback. Because Tony Romo wouldn't get. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's not getting praise. Tony Romo made throws like that. He didn't get praise. He doesn't. You don't get praise as a quarterback for the Cowboys without winning.
I don't know. I get what you're saying, Omar. I'm not sure. Like I feel like it's because Dak plays for the Cowboys. I feel like it's almost like Dallas overshadows him being a black quarterback.
That's understandable.
You know, it's like, I mean, like Lando said, it's either you win or you don't, bro. Like either you win it all or you suck, I guess, for y'all's fan base, right? And okay, Lando, my question for you is: so you think? Let me think. I want to pick somebody good for this situation exactly. So, do you think if I don't want to say it, Josh? Okay, let's put a. Okay, we all thought y'all were going to draft Johnny Manziel. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, y'all drafted Johnny Manziel and he ends up being your franchise quarterback. You think it'd be the same situation?
Oh, Johnny Manziel would be one of the most hated quarterbacks if he played for the Cowboys.
If he actually turned out good though, like how he should have been with y'all.
If he was good but didn't win, it wouldn't matter. Like like if Joe Burrow was our quarterback right now, this whole Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, none of that would be a thing. No one would care. No one would like him like that.
Okay, so you fall on the sword that it's Dallas. In the end, it's Dallas.
I
Like
think
Dallas will
so.
always overshadow whoever the quarterback is.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm just so in the experience I've seen the plethora of different quarterbacks we've had just in between Tony Romo and Dak, or just like who's gotten hurt, and it's just no one ever gets credit until they, and so we just gotta, maybe that's why if we win, we'll see what type of credit he gets then.
Right. Right.
So I got one more question for you before we get out of here. So based on this season, what type of where do you go? Where do you see your team going in the playoffs? Like, at what point would you say this would, at what level in the playoffs would you say this was a successful Eagle season, or is it Super Bowl or bust for you?
I honestly I see us making it to the Super Bowl. I don't, but I also look at it as, I mean, dude, we're probably going to end with the best record in football, right? Like, I'm not going to look at this, even if we don't win it, right? Like, I'm not going to look at it as, oh, it was a bad season. We fell short. If we fall short, we fall short. Because it's not one of those things. It ain't like we made win now moves, right? Like, we traded for AJ Brown. We signed a new long-term deal, right? We gave Jalen Hurts all these pieces, right? We drafted Devontae Smith last year, right? We locked up Dallas Goedert long term. We locked up most of our line long term. We drafted some defensive guys who came in right away and helped out a lot. So, I mean, honestly, God, the only way I could even like remotely feel like this season was a failure is if we just somehow, some way wash the rest of the season. We lose the rest of the games heading into the playoffs, and then we get bounced in the first round, which I don't see happening. But that's the only way I look at it. Like, man, what like like what happened?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I can't. Yeah, I don't. To me, this season's already a success, man. It appears that we found our franchise guy in Jalen Hurts, right? Which we needed to find him. We needed to find out if that was him this season. We did that. We got our whole offense locked up long term, majority of it. We got young defensive pieces who are ready to step in as soon as we let some veterans go. And you know, it's like the next era is slowly but surely ushering in of Philadelphia football. So I'm feeling good. I feel really great about our team. Hopefully we can finish this season strong. You know, it's not a Super Bowl or bust mentality. It's just, can we finish as, I guess, as best as we can, right? Because it's like we know what the ceiling of this team is. The question is if we can play to it, right? Especially in the playoffs. You know, injuries are gonna happen. They're already happening. We're gonna need some guys to step up. You know, I mean, all we need is an invitation to the dance, bro, which we got, right? We just got to certify it. We got to confirm it. We got an invitation to the dance, and we gonna see. You know, to me, this season's already a successful one. We had a potential MVP in Jalen Hurts, but he's not gonna win it now unless he came back and just balled out these last few games, which I don't see happening because I don't think we get the opportunity. I think we'll win one more game and then it's a wrap for our starters. Yeah, man. To me, this is already a successful season, bro. Fly Eagles fly. I feel like we're in a great position, short term and long term. So I'm here. I'm all smiles.
and I mean, I can feel the same way. We got a couple moves to make up
Yeah, y'all got a couple
coming
decisions
off
to make.
season.
Y'all got a
No,
couple decisions to make.
we got franchise tag. We got a little bit of money to work with, so we'll see
Dude,
what
but
happens.
are you gonna franchise tag Tony Pollard and keep Zeke like that though?
Hope so.
Would you would make that move as a GM?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh man, it just because God, Tony would, man. Because depending on what Saquon gets, who else gonna become a free? What other runner? I think another runner is gonna become a free agent. But like, depending on what he gets, like that, I don't know. That could be a lot of money for 1 year. Like,
Hey man, we got to keep. That's all I said. Like, especially if we win the Super Bowl, even if we get closer, we like what we have now is working. So I don't really want to. I don't really want to go. So, I mean, that's really all we got this episode, guys. Omar, you got anything else for us?
No, I just appreciate you coming on again. You know, some
appreciate
people
y'all having me, man. Appreciate
bitter
y'all.
after a loss, but you've been more than excellent as a guest. You know, great points. You've had great conversation. So appreciate that. You know, just keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep sharing. Appreciate all the love and take us out.
All right, guys. I'm Orlando.
And I'm Omar.
We're the Smart Bros.
And this is the Smart Take.
Peace.